I need somebody to tell me how many more episodes do we have this season? Because it's getting ridiculous. I'm Shayna. This is Love and Marriage Huntsville Review, Season 10, Episode 12, Destiny's Men-Infesto. The way they are just, everybody is using this Destiny situation, her storyline, her made for TV love life as their storylines as well. And then it was so Nell family heavy at the end. Like we already had a family dinner before. And then a Christmas game night next week. What is going on? Carlos, it's time to go back to the drawing boards, boo-boo. If you need some help, I'm available. So let's go ahead and get into it. Please like the video, comment, share, subscribe. And if you're able, please hype the video up. It's a free way to help push in the algorithm, and I appreciate it. So Martell, Destiny, and Chris Fletcher meet to discuss business. What a flop of a business meeting, but I mean, at least they got some free food, child. Destiny sold a property effort. Chris' license has been and still is revoked, and Martell is just a joke. And this is all allegedly, but not really, but yes. So Martell said this will be a multi-million-dollar listing. It's a 7-bed, 7-bath property. He's trying to reclaim after going through bankruptcy when he went through divorce with Melody. At this point, I'm about to file bankruptcy. I got this credit card debt just hanging over my head. I got to get rid of it. I'm about to file. I can't take no more. I need freedom. Freed from the shackles of credit card debt. But anyways, it ain't about me. So the Fletcher's game night comes up again. And Chris said that Nell felt ganged up on. And Destiny is surprised. Like, she said that? Girl, she said it that night at the game night. What? Okay. So Chris said in his confessional that he expected Destiny to have his wife's back. Like, they've been cool. Like, where's your loyalty? Where's your loyalty lie? I thought Nell said that her and Destiny wasn't cool like that. So I don't know why he was expecting anything different. Like, I know they fine now, but yeah. Now the Scotts, and Destiny wasn't in on that. The Scotts 1 and 2.0, they did gang up on Nell, but I feel like Nell's time on the show, like her clock is just ticking. Her time is running out. Yeah, she's bringing a lot of the family aspect on the family tip, which as far as drama, but she's just clashing with the other ladies. So either we need to get rid of the other story list ladies and keep Nell, or vice versa. So Destiny's love triangle comes up. First with Will and his cornrows, then Mr. Googly Eyes. And then Lance got mentioned. I'm so tired of it. We were going to bring up Moses next. Like, enough. But anyway, and I really wish Destiny just did not choose looking like the Love and Marriage Huntsville pass around as her storyline for the season. Like, I hate it for her. I really do. The guys went to the gym, and Will basically said, that he's a whore. That's basically what he was expressing, which didn't take much to be able to tell. I think we all figured that out. Martell said that Will's MO is hitting it and quitting it. And Destiny said you can't hit unless you commit, period. I know that's right. Now I'm with Destiny. I actually agree with Destiny. People get this whole dating thing. They think it automatically means there's intercourse happening. No, just because I went on a date with you, like, I don't have to sleep with you. Like, we're dating. That doesn't mean that they're being intimate in any way, shape, or form just because they've gone on dates, which is what she keeps expressing. And I know she's saying it over and over again, but sometimes you have to clarify because men like this will twist your name out in these streets and having people thinking one thing when it ain't that. But I mean, this still does not really. I don't think she's sleeping with nobody. She's grown. She can do what she want to do. If she was sleeping with somebody, that's her business. Like, she's not doing nothing wrong. She's single. She's not hurting anybody. Be safe, protect yourself. But I don't know. This roster is just getting messy. It's all in close proximity. All of a sudden, everything's just happening this season. I wouldn't have done it. I don't know. There has to be something else going on. Anything else? What's going on in that storage unit? Are you still renting that? But Martell asked Destiny, how does she expect to get a man if she's not giving up the cats? him and his too small shirt is just making my skin crawl. I mean, his tight clothes. Destiny said a quality man will meet her standards. I know that's right, sister. Don't you lower them for nobody. Martell said, sees her not giving it up as a problem, as if that's all women are worth. Child, I'm so over this. I don't know how she sits there with these men and converses, let alone calls that baldhead one Martell her friend. But I digress. So at the Fletchers, Nell says she's trying to open a boutique. Oh. I had no idea that that's what she wanted to do, but go for it. If that's what you want to do. Okay. So Lance comes over and Nell was like, "Ooh, do we got the baby?" And Chris was like, "Nope, just Lance." They were so disappointed. I was cracking up. I just sent my dad a video. I sent it to my mom too, but she got an Android and she couldn't, I don't know. Anyway, but I was on TikTok and there was this guy, he does TikToks with his sons. This don't got nothing to do with anything. But anyway, he does it with his sons. And he was like, you went over to the one son's house. And he's like, when you go to see your grandkids, but they're taking a nap and now you stuck talking to your son. And I started hollering. They'd be so upset when you don't bring over them grandchildren. Now they got to sit there and talk to you. But Chris Jr. Basically feels like he's being underpaid, overworked and underpaid. Lance feels like he's paying his brother his worth. He don't got the credentials to get paid more. He don't got the requirements. He don't got the certificates or whatever he needs. He don't got it. In Lance's opinion. So they decide, well, let's have another family dinner to hash it all out. Carlos, I see what you're trying to do there because there was a lot of drama the first time. You ain't going, lightning don't strike twice. Okay. You ain't going to get that same, you ain't going to hit the same the second time. Now, Chris Fletcher joked about inviting over Dr. Francis, and Nell was basically like, absolutely not. She just don't like that Dr. Francis be holding her accountable because who would say no to Dr. Francis? I mean, I like him. So Destiny and Will go on an outdoor skating day to like the open park to skate. Like, what was the budget this season? Like, was a skating rink closed? We couldn't do that. We couldn't put together $20 to go to the skating rink indoors. And Destiny, why do you have on a dress? Like, nothing is making sense. Why do you have on that helmet? Like, and knee pads, but a dress. But oh God. Anyway, so Mr. Dark Mysterious barbershop owner has a basket after they get done horribly trying to skate up and down the uneven pavement and sidewalks. He opened the basket and there's no food in it, of course, because he's cheap. Instead, there's a basketball because he wanted her to get to know about him. He wanted to share that he used to love playing basketball because he's 6'5". You could have told that without pulling out this basket. Like, oh my God. Anyway, so Will shares that he has these glasses. He has 4 kids and 4 baby mamas, which means 4 broken homes. Great. So he said he's never been married, just engaged once, and he sounded reluctant about that. And he doesn't really believe in marriage and says he'll commit to the right person or persons. Hell to the no. I don't know why she sat there as long as she did. I know you got to film the scene, but I mean, it gets to a point. Okay. So after those horror stories that he told, he asked when they're going on the next date. Never. But she was asking, she was like, well, I actually got a question. And he was like, ask away. I mean, I'll never tell you a lie. I may not volunteer the truth. Ew. So she asked him about hit it or quit it, those comments he made. And he tried to pass it off talking about it was just a joke. No, it wasn't. Then he put it back on her and was like, oh, well, what about you and Twine? Mr. Googly Eyes is my homeboy. And we go way back to 2002. And she was like, well, that's just my bodyguard. But y'all go way back in time. But you didn't know that he went out with Destiny? Like, how cool are y'all? I mean, one could say, like, okay, I don't tell my friends every single move that I make. But, I mean, goodness, y'all are filming on the same show. So she shares that her and Twan just had a business lunch. And Will He was like, yeah, well, that's how I got 4 kids off of business lunches. You ain't had no business to talk about. You own a barbershop. What you talking about? Liar. But whatever. And that's you, Mr. Hot in the Pants. Destiny only has 1 child with her ex-husband. Y'all ain't the same. And girl, again, the flags is burning down to the ground. Like the fire is just about to be a forest fire. Now, I did think the first time we saw Will, braids aside, that he was attractive, but how quickly, once he started talking, my mind has changed. I mean, yuck. Get him off of here. All these men in Huntsville are a piece of work, and all I've learned from watching this show since season 1 is to never date a man who lives in Huntsville, okay? Now, and Destiny, you talking about, he ain't gonna hit unless you commit. Girl, this man is not gonna commit. And 4 kids with 4 mothers, I wouldn't commit to that either. Okay. So we see the guys shooting some hoops. Is Will a full-time cast member now? Why is he in every scene? What's going on? So Martell mentioned hitting it and quitting it. And Will, at this point, we got everybody else filming full-time. Just bring Ariana on. I don't care no more. Just bring her. But anyway, Will is wondering why Martell basically broke code. And he was like, I need to watch what I say around you because I didn't know you and Destiny was tight like that. But I am glad that Martell was like, yeah, Destiny, my girl. Like, that's my homegirl. We've been cool since high school. And they ain't been in high school in a long, long, long time. But where was this energy? Why didn't you speak up when he was disrespecting Destiny at game night? You should have been set the record straight. Because I went to somebody, my friend, you can't play about my friend in my face like that. So Will, he basically confirmed that him and Destiny may be friends, but nothing more. Ain't nothing going on with them. And he was like, yeah, because Martell was like, I think y'all would make a nice looking couple or a good couple. He was like, yeah, she would look good on my arm. But then the whole thing with Twan, she lied to me about Twan. She did not lie about Twan. When did she lie? Ken chimes in, but Ken, I don't even care what he said. Ken, sit down. Hush. Trish been lying to you the entire relationship. You ain't got nothing to say about this. You were just going to Will for advice. And now that we know what kind of man Will is. Oh, child. So Will said that he spoke to Twan, and Twan said that he and Destiny are just friends. He tried to make it seem like there was more. Like, okay, Destiny said that they're friends and they work together. Twan said they're just cool. So obviously nothing's going on. Like, I'm lost. They were just really trying to make a thing when it ain't nothing. So, and girl, Destiny, throw your Huntsville roster away. They in another city. I don't know if Twan would be interested anymore after hearing, like, okay, first Lance and then Will. Like, if there was a chance between Twan and Destiny, I think that's over with. And just date somewhere else, girl. So it's time for the Fletcher family dinner. This, they're having a dinner, but this is minus Chris Fletcher's eldest daughter. We'll never see her again. And that's why I ain't gonna hit the same. Lance informs his mother that he invited Kiera, the girl that he brought to the game night, the one who had that 27 piece, given when I see you. Shout out to Fantasia. So Chris Jr. arrived with a big chain on, but nowhere to live, was sleeping in his car, but up here with all this jewelry on. Child, a mess. Chris said that Chris Jr. said he was sleeping in his car, but came back for a month. And then Twan arrives. There's no need for him to be here. They're going to try to squeeze him in later, but Then Kiera comes, and girl, this hair fits you so much better, girl. Got you looking nice and youthful. Once again, we hear that Kiera and Lance were at daycare together at the same time in the same class. Like, okay, great. Wow. Y'all trying to make this some kind of like love story. The man has a newborn baby. Okay. Are there only 100 people in Huntsville? Why is everybody dating everybody? Like, I thought you would have thought this was Hollywood for a second. So the food was catered, and that was like, normally I do the cooking, and it was like, yeah, she can cook too. She can throw down. And Kiera was like, don't worry, I'll be at the next event. Like, I'll be at the next function, so I'll taste your cooking soon enough. Are the pickings that slim that we mark on our territory over men with infants? And then he said he was going through his second divorce. Is that finalized? What's going on here? Nell joked and said something like, oh, because she said something. I don't know what happened, but she said, you ain't going to give it to mama. Whatever she was talking about, I don't know. And Kiara was like, oh, I can call you mama? Like, she was real excited. Like, girl, get a grip. And she was like, it's Miss Nell. I knew she would do that. She would shut that down. Kiara is doing a lot, and I don't know if she put it on, she been a little extra because the cameras was rolling or what. But Chris, Lance, and Chris Jr. discussed fatherhood. Chris Jr. said that he always put his daughter first and she motivate him and whatever. Then why were you homeless? Okay. So Kiara is putting 20 on 10, saying she felt like Destiny was looking at her crazy up and down at the game night and all this stuff. She felt the energy. I doubt it. Then that clip they tried to show, like, it didn't do it for me. It looked like some editing. And if it wasn't, like, I still don't really feel like Destiny is that worried about little Lance when, you know, she done bought tall Will in there and had tall, strong Twine on the date before eating somewhere else. So Nell shares that Destiny did pull up at her house the other night to talk to Lance. The story wasn't adding up, wasn't making no sense. I don't know why Destiny was there. Now, Destiny, you helping Nell's case, so they going around talking about, oh yeah, Destiny probably jealous that Lance had another girl, this, that, and the other. You pulling up to Nell's driveway to chit chat with Lance surely is helping her really believe what she's saying. Now, and I don't know, her love life, I do feel like Destiny's love life, even though it does seem make-believe, like she just gathering these men to give them a little camera time so she can have a storyline, pulling a Kenya Moore fast one. But we're just going to go along with it for the sake of the show. That's just my beliefs. I just don't think she has time to be worried about Lance. Now, Kiara didn't like what she heard, so she confronts Lance about this at the dinner table in front of everybody. Lance claims that Destiny was riding around getting it in his mama's neighborhood, and Chris Fletcher said in confessional, like, she don't live nowhere near there. She lived on the other side of town. But apparently he said she was just driving around trying to put her kids to sleep. Mind you, she has one child. Like, sir, what? So Lance does confirm that there is chemistry between him and Destiny, but they're friends first. How you her friend and you don't even know how many kids she got? So Twine, he's sitting there serving his one and only purpose to talk about Destiny. And he said that him and Destiny went on a date. And then he tried to walk it back and say it was a business dinner or whatever. And then Nell was like, was Destiny paying for the service? And he was like, that's the plan. Well, then it ain't no date. Next. So stop telling people you dated her. No, you didn't. And I don't even care if we went out to eat. I remember I went out to eat with some guy. I can't remember who it is now. But the guy, I do remember the situation. Like, the guy was telling people that we dated. Like, we didn't date. I was hungry, so were you, and we just went out and got something to eat, but we weren't dating. Like, don't like, let's not jump ahead now. But anyway, Twine was like, he chilling, he ain't dating. Kiara asked Lance, like, okay, and what are we? Well, what we got going on? Clear that up. Lance said they're not exclusive yet, but he's not dating anyone else. And Nell was like, yeah, because I asked you and you told me you ain't want to date nobody. And now Kiara's here. Like, no, you're so shady. You one of them mothers just make it hard for your son to have a love life, I see. Now, Kiara said, well, when he tries, or when the time comes for him to be exclusive with her, he needs to ask her to be his girlfriend. And I respect that. Like, they need to make it clear that they're in a relationship. Because I've been in a relationship for years, and it was like, we don't even have a set anniversary date because it's like we just turned into a relationship. We don't even know when. Have that established. I don't care if it's just boyfriend, girlfriend. Make it clear. Make it blatant. So, Nell thinks Kiara is moving too fast. How? All she said was, when the time comes, you need to officially ask me. Like, I want clarity on what we're doing. How's that moving too fast? Like, what are you talking about? Girl, Nell, you want to keep the women away from your son, but don't mind when he bring home a new baby. And weren't you moving fast when you took that lady's husband back in the day? But I digress. So Fletcher asked Chris Jr. why he didn't call instead of sleeping in his car for a few days. And Chris Jr. said that, he wanted to handle this on his own. Plus, they always stepping in trying to help, and it's actually hindering him. He can't be a man and make his own decisions. And Fletcher said he been wanting to stop babying him. Like, he been over that, actually. And now he's getting pissed, and she's taking like a personal attack. Like, it was a dig at her. Like, oh, what you trying to say? I'm the one. Like, and he's like, I guess I should have said we. Like, I don't. Like, yeah, that is what he's saying, girl. So Chris said that they hold stuff over his head. And from what I've seen, just from watching them on the show, they definitely do, because Nell won't be quiet about it. So Nell starts getting riled up. And Lance said, like, respectfully, basically, like, it's not that deep. Like, he was just asking the question. And she told Lance, you are not the parent. Like, that don't really apply here. What I got to do with anything? Well, okay. He was like, and I'm not. Respectfully. Like, he kept trying to be respectful about it. But, I mean, come on. Especially he got his new potential future girlfriend there. You ain't embarrassing him. She just seems like she can be a lot at times. Fletcher and Nell start getting into it at the table. And Nell shouts that everyone stresses her out. Girl, you are doing exactly what your son was just complaining about. This is why he was sleeping in his car. You're doing exactly that, holding stuff over their head. Lance said he still owed plenty money. How much money have y'all been borrowing from y'all parents? Like, I remember, and normally, my dad would just offer. Like, if I just say, like, oh, like, if I'm complaining about something and he hears a need, then he'll just offer. He'll just offer help. Like, I don't ask for money at this stage in life, but if I had to, I don't think my parents would be hounding me for money. Like, I got to be damn desperate to be asking y'all for some money at this point. And I ain't going to be asking for, like, some crazy wild amount either. So I'm like, y'all, they must be asking quite a bit, and it must be for some large amounts. Because anytime, like, my parents have given me money, especially my dad, like, I feel like they don't really expect it back. So Nell starts crying, saying that she could have used the money for other things, and they're getting older now. Well, not using it for that boutique, but I mean, that's what you want to do. Now, these adult children, because they kept saying they spoiled, they seem spoiled, but they don't seem like they're ungrateful. Like, I do think they appreciate that their parents love them and want to help them. But that can hinder. You want to be always helping and saving the day. And sometimes they gotta learn how to figure stuff out on their own. How they gonna learn? How they gonna grow? If you're not around forever, how they gonna function when you're not there anymore? So Nell starts slamming it on the table, and nobody was moved, not even Kiera, the new girl. Clearly they used to this. And Chris Jr. said, like, I forgot what she said, but he basically said everybody in the family is affected by their family dynamic. And she yelled, she the only one paying for it, or only one paying the bills, or whatever. It was something like that. Something like, she was saying, I'm paying this and I'm doing that. And then she ran off. I'm like, does Nell and Chris have separate bank accounts or something? Like, what's going on? Why seem like she always burdened with everything and he just be sitting there looking? That's where the episode ends. That's where we see the preview for game night, Christmas edition. They could have kept that, and they could have kept this too. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the episode down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.